Well, we welcome you to Blues Game Day live here alongside Kelly Chase, Darren Pang. The Blues getting set to take on the Colorado Avalanche in yet another huge Central Division battle. The first one against Minnesota, we talked about it, Chaser. It didn't go very well for the home team. I know head coach Mike Yeo talked about things that they did well, but obviously there wasn't enough fight back in that game, and Minnesota played a heck of a hockey game.
Minnesota played a heck of a hockey game. They expose you on your specialty teams, too. That widens the gap and makes you dip the chin a little bit. But I also think that there has to be more emotion, and it's a concern for the Blues. I don't think that there was enough, enough of guys that were kind of pissed off about what happened in that thing, and I think that needs to probably be rectified, and it's been creeping in for a while. So I think it's a little bit of a cause for concern, and we'll see how they rally tonight against Colorado.
Mike Yeo talked about that in the game in Boston, where the Bruins played a great second period where they outshot the Blues heavily, 22 shots on goal, and he was concerned then. It was before then, but in the home games. Now, Chaser, you've played so many games here in St. Louis, and you know what it's like here in St. Louis, and you know how to change the momentum of a game. I guess I'm asking you, why can't they find that magic button to turn things around?
Well, they don't have guys to drag guys into battle, and that's just the long and short of it. And you know how you tell that? When you play against big teams and they get frustrated, it's one thing. You can see guys slam the door. You can tell that they're trying or they're caring. The other night, they didn't even have guys getting mad at the referees. And when you see that, you can tell that there's a lack of emotion in there. And that's, to me, it's evident. We play the Flyers, they push us out of a game. We play the Bruins, they push us out of a game. We play Winnipeg, we get pushed out of a game. We play Anaheim, we get pushed out of a game.
Yep.
It becomes somewhat of a concern when you identify the teams that you feel are going to be teams that have that playoff mentality and they're pushing you out of games. You better have an answer for it. And the Blues right now have got to be concerned about getting in the playoffs. So I think that they've had these discussions. It's not like, we're giving somebody a revelation that they don't know about.
That's right.
And you know that. And so how they rectify it in that group and who's going to grab a hold of the leadership part of it and step up, I mean, that's yet to be seen, but I think it's concerned. Now, on the other side of the coin, you've got an Avalanche team that's on the rise. They're on the rise because they got young players, and they've made the Duchesne trade, and now it's penciled in on kind of what type of team they're going to be, and they're playing with that energy. I know they got a lot of teams to step over, but they don't let their foot off the throttle, do they?
No, they don't. And getting a healthy Tyson Barrie back, they've already got a pretty mobile defense. Samuel Girard that came over in that trade with Matt Duchesne from the Nashville Predators. He's a puck mover. They've got guys that'll get up the ice. They're dangerous because I think they're naive, to be honest with you. I think they're dangerous because they haven't been in this position before. They're dangerous because they've got that youthful energy in their game. And even without a guy like Nathan MacKinnon, which the last game here we monitored, he was fantastic. And one of the things we monitored on Fox Sports Midwest was how many entries he had clean going through the neutral zone from blue line to blue line and entered our zone.
It had to be close to 10.
It was 7 of 8 that he cleanly had that puck and gained the zone, and not just gained the offensive zone, but then stopped, made a play, and then they had sustained pressure. So obviously that part of the speed is out of the lineup, and that'll be helpful for the Blues. Obviously the Blues aren't a straight ahead, bullet train type of a speed team getting in the zone. We talk a little bit about that, dragging guys into the fight, and I'm happy to see over our shoulder here, and not because Jake's not playing at all, but because the coaches are going to go back, it looks like, to Carter Hutton. Yesterday there was an optional skate at the Mills, and who's out there? But the goaltender that got pulled, and he couldn't have been happy about getting pulled, but he's out there with Jake. Not everybody was on the ice for the optional skate, but they were working their tails off again, and now it looks like Carter Hutton's going to get the nod again. So that's a good of the coaches to give him that response. I honestly thought that they were going to stay with what I felt looked like it might work out, and that would have been, Carter playing the last game. He didn't finish it, obviously. And then Jake coming here tonight, and then Carter going against Winnipeg, because Carter played so well against the Jets in the game in which he had 48 saves in that shutout. So now it's a little wrinkle in it, and you can tell that the coaches have a lot of confidence in both guys, but they want to give the ball right back to Carter here.
Well, what they want him to do is he wants the opportunity to battle through stuff like that. And I think they need to see if he's battle tested, and I'm sure that he is. He's going to have a heck of a game again tonight. When you talk about these two teams and where they're kind of on the same path, 8 years apart, because the Colorado Avalanche have going through that phase now of having to rebuild where the Blues were probably 8 or 9 years ago. So it's a good path to monitor, certainly. And like you said, The Colorado Avalanche, they're going to have their hands full because this is a team that doesn't care what the name or the number is on the back. They're going to play through you as hard as they can, and they still believe they're going to jump over 3 or 4 teams to get in the playoffs. So this is going to be all the Blues can handle tonight, and we'll see of their resiliency. So for
let's
Darren
go.
Pang,
Yeah, I like that. For me,
Kelly Chase, this is it. Game Day Live. We'll see you tonight at 7:05.